Can a woman be a pastor? Well, sure. Let's talk about that. So a lot of people get confused because there are some passages that make it sound like that Paul is against women being in any kind of a leadership role. And it's probably one of these right here, where one says he does not permit a woman to teach, the other says he wants all women to remain silent. And what they tend to forget is that Paul is the one that said that women have prophesied in the church. He calls Priscilla a co-laborer in Christ and always mentions her before her husband. And he's also the one that said there's neither male nor female in Christ, we're all equals. So the contention is, was Paul giving advice or a command from the Lord? Well, in this passage here, we can see that he was giving his advice. So how do we address this? First, you have to understand that Paul cared a lot more about saving souls than he did social justice. In ancient times, if a woman stood up to preach, the people who weren't saved would have got up and walked out. And Paul cared a lot more about them getting saved. They could come around to women being equals afterward. He's also quoted as saying, "I am all things to all people that I might by all means win some." Again, he cared a lot more about souls than social justice. Now, that being said, even though the Bible does declare us to be equals, it does make it clear there are different roles for us to play. In general, men will be in leadership. In general, women are the helpers. That doesn't mean it always has to be that way. It doesn't mean that God always wants it that way. Deborah is a great exception to that. So, can women be pastors? Absolutely. Will women be pastors? Absolutely. Is it God's plan for women to be pastors? Occasionally.